Hi, today we are here to interview Joseph Schumpeter for his great work in economics. This is a ChatGPT version of Joseph Schumpeter, and some of the mistakes made by GPT were changed according to the need. Hi, Mr. Joseph. How are you doing?
I am good. How are you, my friend?
I'm excited and honored to interview one of the great economics of all time. Mr. Schumpeter, how's life going?
Life is good, thanks for asking.
So basically, this interview holds some potential questions about the study you have done in your lifetime and about your life. Let's begin the interview by telling me something about your life.
I was born on February 8, 1883, in Test, Moravia, which was then part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire and now is in the Czech Republic. I grew up in a world undergoing rapid change, marked by the twilight of imperial regimes and the dawning of industrial and economic revolutions across Europe. My father died when I was quite young, and my mother remarried, which allowed me to enjoy a more privileged upbringing and education. This background fueled my interest in economics and the dynamics of societal change. I was fortunate enough to study at the University of Vienna, which was a hub for intellectual and cultural activity in the early 20th century. There, I was influenced by the Austrian School of Economics, although my thinking would eventually diverge in significant ways from some of their foundational ideas. After completing my education, I embarked on a diverse career path that included roles as an academic, a finance minister for Austria in 1919, and even a stint as a banker. My experiences in these varied roles deeply informed my understanding of economic processes and the role of innovation and entrepreneurship. I am perhaps best known for my theory of economic development and my concept of creative destruction, which I argued is the essential process by which capitalism evolves and progresses. I held that the entrepreneur's role is critical in fostering innovation that destroys old structures and methods, making way for new ones. This perspective was detailed in my works, including The Theory of Economic Development, 1911, and Capitalism, Socialism, and Democracy, 1942. My academic career took me to several countries, including the United States, where I joined the faculty of Harvard University in 1932. It was here that I am spending the latter part of my career, contributing significantly to the study of economics and leaving a legacy that continues to influence the field to this day.
Wow, that's a long journey with lots of ups and downs. Now let's talk about economics by delving into the idea of creative destruction. What's that and where does it come from?
Certainly, the concept of creative destruction, a term I introduced to capture a critical process at the heart of how capitalism functions and evolves. The idea originates from my observations and analyses of economic cycles and the role of entrepreneurs within these cycles. Creative destruction refers to the process through which old ways of doing things, be it technologies, products, or entire industries, are destroyed and replaced by new, more innovative ones. This relentless innovation is the driving force of capitalism, propelling economies forward through the cyclical phases of growth and recession. At its core, the concept is rooted in the understanding that economic progress, in a capitalist society, comes from within. Entrepreneurs play a pivotal role in this process. They introduce new products and technologies, seek out new markets, and reorganize production in ways that are more efficient or deliver greater value. However, this innovation doesn't come without cost. The emergence of new industries and practices inevitably leads to the obsolescence and decline of others. This cycle of creation and destruction, while often tumultuous, is essential for long-term economic growth and improvement in the standard of living. I drew upon a variety of influences to develop this theory, but it is perhaps most directly connected to my work on the role of the entrepreneur in economic development and the cyclical nature of economic life. By observing the historical patterns of economic growth and decline, I sought to understand not just the mechanics of economics, but its soul the dynamic processes that drive it forward. This perspective was, I believe, a departure from more static analyses of the economy, offering a view that captures the vibrancy and constant evolution of capitalist systems.
Well, that's a good thing for the economy of the society. How perfectly do you think economic development intersect with price theory?
In my theory of economic development, the intersection with price theory is deeply rooted in the role of innovation and entrepreneurial activity. Economic development, as I see it, is driven by the cyclical process of creative destruction, where new innovations disrupt existing markets and create new ones. This process inherently affects price theory by introducing dynamic changes in supply and demand that traditional static models may not fully account for. The introduction of a new product or technology by an entrepreneur can shift supply curves, reduce costs, or create entirely new demands, thereby influencing price levels and structures in the economy. Furthermore, this intersection underscores a more fluid and evolving view of market equilibrium. Instead of prices being determined solely by the static balance of supply and demand, they are also influenced by the continuous flow of innovations entering the market. This dynamic approach to understanding price formation highlights the importance of considering the temporal and innovative aspects of economic development. As such, my theory extends price theory by incorporating the entrepreneurial spirit and innovation as central forces that drive not just economic growth but also the continual reshaping of price landscapes.
Very well, but how does your theory of creative destruction impact price formation?
My theory of creative destruction emphasizes the role of innovation in economic development, significantly impacting price formation. Innovations lead to the creation of new products or more efficient production processes, which can disrupt existing market equilibria. This disruption often results in temporary monopolies or competitive advantages for innovators, affecting prices not only through changes in supply and demand but also by setting new standards and expectations within the market. This dynamic process ensures that price formation is not static but constantly evolving as new innovations enter the market. As obsolete technologies and methods are replaced, the cost structures of industries can shift, leading to changes in prices that reflect the new economic landscape. Therefore, the theory of creative destruction provides a deeper understanding of how innovation drives economic progress and influences price formation in a continually changing market environment.
Oh, I never realized it before. Society also comes up with lots of new innovations. So, what are your views on the role of innovation in influencing prices?
I view innovation as a central force in influencing prices, acting through the mechanism of creative destruction. Innovation, spearheaded by entrepreneurs, disrupts existing market equilibria by introducing new products, technologies, or methods of production. This disruption can lead to changes in prices by altering supply and demand dynamics. For instance, an innovative product can create a new demand, setting a price independent of existing goods, or an innovation in production can lower costs, leading to a decrease in prices. The essence of this perspective is that prices are not merely reflective of current supply and demand but are also anticipative of future innovations and their market impacts. Moreover, innovation can temporarily grant monopolistic power to the innovating entrepreneur, allowing for the setting of prices that might not align with traditional competitive pricing models. However, as the cycle of creative destruction continues, these innovations become disseminated across the economy, leading to new rounds of competition and subsequent adjustments in price levels. Thus, innovation serves as both a disruptor and a regulator of prices, continuously shaping and reshaping market.
Talking about demand and supply, how does your theory address the dynamics of supply and demand in determining prices?
In my theory, the dynamics of supply and demand in determining prices are significantly influenced by the continual process of innovation, driven by entrepreneurs. Traditional views on supply and demand focus on how these forces interact to determine prices under static conditions. However, my perspective introduces a dynamic element: innovation, which constantly shifts both supply and demand curves. Entrepreneurs, by introducing new products or more efficient production methods, can increase supply or create entirely new demands, thereby altering price structures in ways that static models cannot fully capture. This innovation-driven shift in supply and demand is at the heart of my concept of creative destruction. As new technologies and methods supplant older ones, the economy continuously evolves, leading to changes in consumer preferences and production capabilities. These changes, in turn, affect how supply and demand interact, challenging the traditional equilibrium model of price determination. Instead, prices are seen as fluid, constantly adjusted by the market's innovative forces, which are in a perpetual state of
That's a lot talk on economics today, and by this we reach to the end of this interview. Your ideas are very interesting and realistic. Overall, your ideas are truly commendable. I'm happy for you as well and hope your theories always find its significance. By this we reach to the end. Thanks Joseph Schumpeter for sharing such great ideas.
Thank you, my friend.